What's going on, guys? I'm at Chris's house. Man. It's out there? How I gotta do soft? Alright. What's going on, guys? I'm at Chris's house, just chilling. Alright. The hotel. Start now? Alright. My family went out in the morning. I was just sleeping in because I didn't want to wake up early. And I woke up like, say, noonish. And I'm like, let me just go downstairs and go to the swimming pool. So I go down. 10 minutes in the pool. By the way, it's in the basement of the hotel. So I go downstairs, swimming. 10 minutes later, when I'm swimming, the lights go off. So I'm like, all right, you know? So I get ready, put my clothes on, and I tried to open the door. The door is locked, you know? So now I'm thinking someone's trying to kill me or some shit. So I'm yelling, get out, you know, I'm gonna kick your ass. Is it, you know? But no one answered. So I go, there's a telephone by the pool. So I pick it up, and I don't know what number to press, you know? So I'm pressing any button, and some chick picked up speaking French because I'm in Canada. So I'm like, do you speak English? And the lady's just responding to me in French. So I'm like, all right. So I hang up, you know, call back, see if another lady picks up or some dude that knows English. Same chick, doesn't know English. So I hang up. So now I'm really scared, you know? So I'm like, I'm gonna kick your ass, you know? I know kung fu and shit. But no one replies and shit. So I'm scared, you know? Because the lights are off, barely could see something, you know? And the locks are, and the doors are locked, so we can't get out. So I go to the sauna, right? Is this what it's called? So I'm just chilling there, you know, because you can't get out, you know. You can't see anyone. So I stayed there for a few. Then I went to the glass door. A few minutes. Just chilling. See if anyone walks by and shit, you know? So you could see. But no one did. So I'm like, it's kind of safe, kind of, you know? But then I still think people are trying to kill me and shit. So I don't know. It's like a prank or some shit. Some weird prank, you know? Try and get an American, you know? So I go to the glass door. And I see a janitor doing his janitor shit, you know? And I'm like knocking on the door and shit, you know, and screaming. But the janitor doesn't hear me. So I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So stay there for an hour and a half goes by. And I see a different janitor or some other dude walking. And I'm screaming, open the door, I'm locked, you know? And then the janitor tries to open the door, you know? Say, open the door. And I'm like, no, it's locked. He's like, no, it's open. So I'm like, no, it's locked, bro. He's like, no, it's open. So I go open the door, and the door opens. So I go up to the service desk. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I've been locked out there for 3 hours, you know? Then they're like, oh, you were the one who was calling and shit. I'm like, so you knew I was down there, but you never did anything, you know? So that's as I was up there for 3 hours, just chilling. Nothing, man. So I don't know what she said, but she said something and I forgot. I was about to cock slap her ass. But I was pissed off. I thought someone was trying to kill me and shit. No, no one was there. And the funny part of the story is that after the lights went off, 10 minutes later, the door was open because the powers went off, but the lights didn't go on. So I thought the door was still locked and shit. It was for nothing. Yeah. So. The girl that I don't even remember, punched her and shit out of her. Alright. So, we're eating whatever, you know, this is the lunchroom in high school. And the bell rings, so that means we gotta go to our next class and shit. So, we're, it's busy, you know, we're trying to get out in the same time and shit, and this one Mexican girl just bumps me, you know? I'm like, okay, whatever, you know? It's just a bump. Doesn't mean a fuck. And turn around, she's like, watch where you're going. I'm like, dude, you bumped me, man. You know? And she's like, dude, and she made fun of me, you know? And I'm like, dude, just whatever, you know? Just walk, you know? And she's like, no, you walk. I'm like, you're in front of me, I can't walk. And, you know, just turn around, forget about it, and just walk away. So, and she pushed me. She's like, you motherfucking. I'm like, dude, whatever, you know, I don't want to punch some fat-ass Mexican girl, you know. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to be the bigger man, just walk away, you know. So I'm walking, whatever, and she's behind me, and we're in the hall. And she trips me, you know. So I get up, I'm like, fucking fat fuck. Don't fuck with me. You know? Fucking bitch slap your ass. She's like, go ahead, try. I'm like, whatever, you know. And trip me, whatever, you know. I'm just walking away. And she pushes me. So I just cock slap her ass, you know. I mean, I didn't cock slap her ass, but, you know, I just freaking punch her, you know. I'm like, don't fuck with me. And I just walked away. So, and that was it. right. Correct. Not even last year. It's been like, yeah. So it's coming up a year. Good memory, bro. I owe you for that. Anyways, so I go to Fresno. My family members are down there. So I'm just chilling, just to relax. Took 3 weeks off, just chilling, Then all the days are cool, Then our last day, we miss the flight because my grandma read the airline tickets wrong. So we got to the airport. She read the thing saying 10:30 is to leave. 11:30. No, 11:30. Sorry. And we got there an hour early, so we got there at 10:30. But really, the ticket said you got to be there at 9:30 at the latest. So we were an hour late. So we're like, and the airport to my family's house is about 2 hours drive. So it wasn't like half an hour away. So we were like, forget it, let's just stay around here. I don't know where we were. So we're like, all right. And it was me, my uncle, my grandma, and my sister who went along. So then we delayed it, whatever, and we got the next flight in the morning. So we go to the hotel. We find the hotel, and it's me and my uncle. I'm like, it's the last day. Let's go out, just go out and drinking, have a few drinks, just have some fun. He's like, yeah, sure, why not? So we go, we find one. We're drinking, having fun, Then we're going home to the hotel. And I'm like, I want to sleep. We got to we got 2 hotels. One for my uncle, and when the other people stayed in the other hotel, the other room. Yeah, my grandma. So I went just downstairs to my grandma's room. And I was too lazy just to go up, because I was drunk, So I'm like, let me just stay over there. So I'm sleeping, like at least a good half hour, an hour goes by. And I hear, fucking Spix. I'm like, I'm thinking this to myself, that sounds like my uncle. But I'm like, no, it isn't him. 10 minutes goes by again. Fucking Spix. I'm like, okay, let me just see what's going on, Because it really sounds like him. So I open the door, and I see my uncle saying Spix to white people. I'm like, what the fuck, So I tried calming him down, saying, what are you doing, He's like, nah, man, these Spix are trying to piss me off. They're doing something, No. Okay. Here's our side, okay? Space, No, you can't walk that way, and it's just... And the other side is the people, the white people. You know what I'm saying? He's yelling across, not the hall. Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? It's... Right. Exactly. So I'm trying to calm him down, and I go to his room. I take him to his room, and I see, like, a lot of coke. A lot. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, you know, I'm just having a little fun, you know? I'm like, all right, you know? Just dump that shit out. You don't want to get caught because you're making noise, you know? He's like, no, man, it's all good. It's all good. I'm like, all right, man, whatever, you know? So I'm trying to watch out for him, you know? Basically, I'm a babysitter now. He's all coked out and shit, you know? And he's watching TV. He's flipping every channel, listening for 5 minutes, turning to a different channel. He did that a good half an hour. It's like 7 channels. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like on the TV like this. The TV's right here. He's just like this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Nothing, just looking at these dumb channels. I'm like, all right. He goes out and he goes, fucking Spix, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, just calm down, dude. Just stay in your room. They're not doing anything. So I go to the other side. I'm apologizing for them. You know, I don't want them to kick your ass and shit, you know, and for them to not call the cops. Because definitely I'm going to go to jail, miss my flight, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I go back, and then he's like, bro, like we're on like around 3 o'clock. Some girls are coming. And it's like 1 o'clock now. And I'm like, okay, man, whatever, you know? I didn't believe him. You know? So I'm like, just chill, you know, whatever. He's like, let's get more alcohol. I'm like, no, man, I think we're good. And he's doing his coke, you know, and all that. Then he's like, go to my car, open the glove department, and you'll see something there. I'm like, what am I going to see? He's like, just open it. You'll see it. I'm like, okay, you know? And the freaking car is the other side, the whole hotel. So I'm going to walk pretty far. So I go, and it's fucking weed, you know? So I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's doing coke and now this? You know? So I'm like, whatever. I'll just bring it to him, you know? I don't want him to die, you know? No, I'm serious. He will probably die, man. So I bring it to him, you know? And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, no, I gotta save some weed and coke for the girls. I'm like, bro, there's no girls coming, man. Just relax, you know? He's like, no, man, the girls are coming. I ordered two girls, you know? I'm like, you ordered them? He's like, yeah, I'm just saying this right now. The black girl's mine. This is what my uncle said. The black girl's mine. I'm like, okay. You can have the black girl, whatever, you know, to calm him down, you know? And every 2 minutes, he's opening the door and looking out to see if the girls came. And it's 1:30, and I'm like, bro, didn't you say the girls are coming at 3? You know? He's like, yeah. I'm like, then what are you doing? He's like, nothing. I thought I heard them. I'm like, all right, bro. You know? I'm like, just go and take a shower, you know, and just relax. Whatever. And he's like, no, man. I go in, get some ice. I'm like, bro, you don't need ice. He's like, have you had sex? I'm like, yeah, you don't need one, you know. Dude, girls love that shit when you rub it down on their pussy and just kiss it. I'm like, okay. You know? So, and the ice is by the car. So I had to walk all the way over there. I mean, I'm tired of walking, you know? So I get in fucking, the ice machine is gone. It doesn't work. You know? So I go back. I'm like, the ice machine's broken. Go and find the ice, man. I'm like, bro, let's walk together, because this guy's crazy, He's like, no, man, I don't feel like doing it. I'm like, just, bro, I'm not walking anymore. He's like, all right, let's do some weed. I'm like, no, it's for you. Just do it, He's like, all right, whatever, dude. He's like, just get some ice. And he kicks me out. Seriously, he kicks me out. I'm like, you better come with the ice. I'm like, bro, it's 1:30. If I bring the ice is going to melt. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't worry, I'll put in water, cold water. It won't melt. I'm like, whatever, dude. So I go Jewel, I find a gas station. And I buy one of those huge ice bags, because I couldn't find no ice. So I get that. I bring it to him. He's like, what the fuck, you bring all that? I'm like, bro, you wanted ice, right? You didn't tell me how much. He's like, all right, whatever, this will do. I'm like, okay. Just relaxing, and he's watching his TV for like 5 minutes, going back. He did that for a good hour. Good fucking hour. So I'm freaking tired. So I'm like, bro, I'm going to sleep. I don't care what the fuck you do. I'm just going to sleep because I got the flight. It starts at 9, I got to be there at 9. So fucking some 3:30 comes. I'm like, bro, the girls are not coming. And he's like, dude, the bitches better come, man. I'm like, you said they were going to appear at 3, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what is it? 3:30. And I'm like, they're not coming, He's like, all right. And he's almost out of his Coke, Fucking 4 o'clock comes. We're all sleeping, He's just relaxing and shit, And here knocks on the door. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking it can't be the girls, because he's not that stupid. Has a wife and a child, So I'm thinking it's got to be my grandma or some shit, So I open the door and the doors and fucking 2 strippers come. Hookers. Sorry. Fucking one was black and he goes, I call the black girl. That's right here. I'm like, all right, man, we discussed this. You have the black girl, So I take the other girl to the bathroom. I got to do my duty, because it's just a waste of money right there, So good 10 minutes, I'm in the bathroom. Huh? To please her. Actually, for her to please me. So I'm in the bathroom for good 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I hear the black girl from the other room. And my uncle's in the bedroom, Get off me, get off me. This is what the black girl's saying. I'm calling the cops, blah, blah, blah. Get off me. So I'm naked. And I go out, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And the girl goes, we're getting out of here. I'm calling the cops. Bro, just don't call the cops, Just all right, fine. Whatever, Where's my $300? And so I'm like, bro, just give them $300 and that's it, He goes, Rez, give them $300. I'm like, bro, I don't got no $300. Give your $300. He's like, I don't have cash on me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, give me your ATM card, you know, or your credit card, and I'll just take money off that. He's like, okay. Gives me the card. 2 girls are following me, and we're fucking walking, man. Walking. I don't even know the area. We're just walking. Yeah. And the girls are like trying to make jokes and making fun of me and shit, you know? I don't know what that's all about and shit. I'm not doing nothing, you know? So, I go to the ATM, see a gas station, go to the ATM, and it's pretty far walk, you know? Because I'm not driving, because I don't want to drive. So I put my shit, and I type in the code, you know, and says insufficient funds, whatever, I can't pronounce it, you know. And I'm like, okay, it got to be broken, you know. So I go to a different, in a Jewel, you know. We find Jewel, go over there, and I go do it. It says the same shit. And the girl goes, what the fuck you mean? I'm like, where's my money? I'm like, bro, it's coming. Don't worry. He's like, this card doesn't have money. I'm like, it has money. It's just broken. If you don't give me my money now, I'm calling the cops. I'm like, all right, I have no money. My uncle has no money. One person I gotta go. It's my grandma. She has money. So we walk over there, and I wake her ass up, and I'm like, Graham, I need $300. So like, why you need $300? I'm like, it's last night, you know, I just, to save my uncle, I'm like, the girls, they were for me, you know, I just got some few girls. So like, all right, Raz, here's $300. So I give $300 to them, they leave, it's all good. And my uncle wakes up the next morning, you know, he's like, Raz, don't say anything to anyone about this night, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I won't say anything, you know? So we go to the airport, we leave, we go to Chicago, you know, and fucking my parents pick me up, and they're like, how's the girls over there? I'm like, dude, they're nice, you know. They're good. They're like, okay, how about the girls from last night? I'm like, they were good too, I guess, you know? And they're like, so you owe your aunt $300. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, your aunt called us and they're like, yeah, Raz, borrow $300. She needs to give it us back, you know? I'm like, and I covered for this guy, my uncle. And it says that I owe her strippers and hookers and all that, and I had to pay. So it wasn't good. And I called his ass up, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, you know? He's like, oh, don't worry. I took care of it. You don't need to pay anything. All right, you better, man, you know? And that's it. That's the California story.